All right, I'm so excited because I have one of the speakers, Johann, will be speaking at the GHL Engine Summit this week. He is a co-founder of White Label Suite, and the GHL Engine Summit is one mega webinar for everything that you need to know on how to succeed with Go High Level. That takes place June 19th, June 20th, and June 21st. This event is partly inspired by what Johann did and his partner did last year, and so we're super excited to have him on our stage this time around. Johann, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're going to be speaking on at the event.
Yeah, man. Dude, it is an honor to be here. I am so excited to be presenting. And guys, what I'm going to be talking about is, what if you had a crystal ball? What if you had a plan where you could see every step of the way from start right through finish of when you exit your agency, if that's what you want to do, or if you wanted to just keep it for cash flow, right? Now, Andy, congratulations. Your baby's coming, right?
Yes.
Let me tell you about that. When I had my kid, productivity, bro, went down to 20%. And my friends, they're all 10 years older than me. They said, dude, it's cool, chill, enjoy it, because the baby's only going to be a baby for so long. My son is now 9 years old. My daughter is 7. I remember the times when the baby was crying, and I'm like, oh man, I'm dying here. And then I remember their words. They said, it's only 3 months. Those 3 months, that's all you got to do. So just be there, be present, go through it. So what I'm going to be presenting to you guys is step by step, from start right through finish. We're talking about building your team, building your assets, making sure that you're aware of all the things that are going to mess you up in your agency. We're going to talk about creating your irresistible offer, how to pick your niche, how to build that flywheel, that engine that's going to be fueling your company, bringing leads to you all day long, how to do pricing. This is one of the things that most agencies fail. By the way, I started my agency back in 2008. So I've been doing this stuff for a long time. How to make sure your service delivery is there, how to build out your ideal client journey. There's so much just in that to make sure that you turn them into raving fans. How to build that amazing team. There's so much more, Andy. I could speak about this for a day on this topic. So back to you, bro.
Tell us a little bit about your journey in SaaS or agencies or even high level in general. Like take us through 2008, high level wasn't here. So take us a little bit through the high level experience or portion of it.
So 2008, I had just finished my PhD in secondary biofuels and climate change. So absolutely nothing to do with what I do right now, right?
Yeah.
I'd come back to the city, and back then I went to the seminar, and at the seminar, this guy was on stage talking about, hey, you can go to Theme Forest, buy a theme for $50 and sell it to businesses for $500 to $1,000. I was like, no way, this is insane. So I went to Theme Forest, bought a theme, built a website in a day, and I went, oh my God. In 2008, building websites was a big thing because back then there was Dreamweaver and all this other stuff. Anyway, you couldn't build a website in a day. So I started selling websites, and that's how I started my agency. And so my agency grew to 100 people. So we had 100 employees. Our agency went from building websites to building some of the most sophisticated platforms. We're talking about power stations. We're talking about, you've gone through the airport, right? You put your passport on there and scanned it, and the doors opened up for you. We built that back in 2012.
So this is starting from a Theme Forest, like a theme that you're selling to business owners. Now you're building stuff for the airports.
Hell yeah. And we ended up building stuff for buildings. So I ended up building management systems, right? So when you move into a building, we built a mobile app. 2012 is when mobile apps were coming out. So we built mobile apps for buildings where we created communication, cost efficiency, and community within the building. And dude, we used to license this for $50,000 per building per year, and on the back end we'd do $300,000 to $500,000. So that was, and we built the company to $20 million in 4 years. So that's what happened there. Sold the company in 2019. 2017 we built another company called Business Authorities, which is all about teaching entrepreneurs how to do, how to build, grow, and scale. So we did that. We got to 3,000 members in 2 years.
Okay.
That's a whole nother.
Tell us, what do you do today?
Today, we do White Label Suite. So in 2021, we bought 8 companies. We put them all together. We created Comet Suite. Comet Suite became a super fast growing agency. And then in the Go High Level community, people started going, how are you guys growing so fast? And we're like, well, we got this little lead generation tool that generates all our leads for us. And then people started saying, can we white label it? And dude, at the start, we were like, no, you can't white label it. We just paid millions of dollars for this thing. Hell no.
Yeah.
And then we went, you know what if we did white label it? And so we did. And then the next week we onboarded 100 clients. The week after, 200, 500.
Oh my goodness.
And so we started growing at this rapid rate. And then people started loving what we do. And so, yeah, man. So that was 4 years ago. Here we are 4 years later. And White Label Suite is just growing and serving more agencies. And more agencies jump on board, and we help them generate leads, ideal leads for their business.
You actually just nailed most of the interview, man. This was supposed to be like a 10-minute slot, but I think if I was watching this, I would be so inspired. Now, this is not the full-on presentation. Johann will be speaking this week at the GHL Engine Summit. If someone is on the landing page and they're like at the tail end, they're considering attending this event, they're like, hey, it's a 3-day event. It's 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's a full day experience. What do you have to say to that person who's kind of like on the fence?
Dude, it is going to be an event you don't want to miss. As Andy said, we did this last year. We had 1,500 people on the webinars. Just it's not a webinar, it's an event, it's an experience. People were on there, and the amount of love that we got from that, Andy, every day for like the next 2 months, people were like, oh my God, that was the best thing ever. You changed my life. Thank you so much. And it's because you are now going to get a concentrated, step by step by everyone. Everyone who's presenting is a freaking genius. They excel at what they do. Everyone is here to teach you something. So if you get one thing from one person, how many speakers do you have, Andy?
22.
You're going to walk away with 22 ideas that you will be able to implement. Now, make sure you don't get like overloaded. Just out of the 22, just pick whichever one makes the most sense to you, to your current situation, and roll with that. And you're going to have everybody else in the group. You've got a group, right, Andy? Everybody else is in backing you up. They're going to be supporting you. And Go High Level there's no other community like we have here. Everybody rallies behind each other. You mentioned Dav just before. Dude, Dav put up a post. I remember it was 2 years ago. He said, this is the house that SAS built. And he got 600 and something likes, 200 comments. Everybody was backing him, right? There's no community like this where there's no FOMO. There's no people going, oh, that guy, I don't like him or whatever. They're like, dude, congratulations, well done. How can I get to that level? So it's a very supportive community. The ideas you're going to get from coming to this event, you will be able to leverage and grow your company. So be there.
You heard it from the man himself. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. This is one event for everything you need to know on how to succeed with High Level as a platform. It's an online event that's taking place this week, June 19th. Through June 21st. It's a 3-day mega webinar, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific time. Get your tickets today, ghlengine.com/summit. Tickets start at $3, and then you can get the VIP ticket for $47. I will see you at the event. Bye for now, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, Andy.